And now it's Deborah Kobylt Live and the Little Italy podcast.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today on our Little Italy podcast and Deborah Kobylt Live. And I am honored to present to you today our esteemed Consul General from Italy to Los Angeles, Raffaella Valentini. Thank you so much for joining us today, Raffaella.
Good morning, Deborah. Thank you for hosting me, and good morning to everyone.
You know, it's important to note that you are our newest Consul General here in Los Angeles, but not just LA do you cover, right? You represent, I believe, all of Southern California and many of our neighboring states. Can you talk to us about that?
Yes, Deborah. I've been working as Consul General of Italy since March the 1st, so I'm still quite new. Let's say 9 months. It's almost like a baby. Yes, my job here is quite important, since I do not cover as a jurisdiction Los Angeles and Southern California, but also Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico, which are three big states, big important states. And so my job is quite important and full of responsibilities. But I'm happy to be here and honored to serve my country in this beautiful part of the United States.
Yeah. What is it? You know, so many people are confused, right, about the role of the Consul General here in America. You know, a lot of Italian Americans will say, oh, that's the place to go get a passport. But we know that it is such a large and varied position. Primarily, right, the job is to ensure that people in Italy, right, the businesses there and so much more are well represented here in America. Can you talk to us about that very specifically?
Yeah, I know that generally speaking, there is some confusion, not only here in America, but around the world. I served in other countries before coming here. And sometimes there is a confusion about what a diplomat does, first of all, and what the consulate does every day. To be very clear and to make it easier. So first of all, our core business is to ensure consular services to our Italian citizens. So Italian citizens who live here, who have their business here, their families. So we provide them with all the consular services, from the passport. We give them any kind of documents they need for their life, for their daily activities. On the other hand, as you were mentioning, we also offer some services to American people and to other people from other nationalities. One of the main important example is visas. So when people need visa to go to Italy for vacation, for study, for business, they come to the consulate and they apply for visa. At the same time, we give some kind of services related to documents that these people can need in their relationship with Italy. So this is our core business, our main activity. On the other hand, the very big and a huge part of my job is promoting Italy in different sectors, in different fields, culture, economic opportunities, the promotion of Italian language, science, collaboration in science, in research. So everything which is related to the bilateral relations between Italy and the United States. And this is maybe the funniest part of my job, but it's also very, very tough sometimes, because you need to be on the field, you need to know people, to interact with people, and to create these bridges among people, among companies. But this is really one of the most important thing to do.
You know, I was so impressed to know that so many of the great scientists working here, so many of them, and researchers, people in aerospace have come from Italy, trained in Italy, born in Italy. Could you tell us about that? I've interviewed quite a few of them. I've met them over at JPL and the aerospace industry. I'd like the people to know our contributions, our Italian contributions in those fields.
Yeah, the Italian contribution to the greatness of this country, to build this country, has been huge during the centuries. We know it very, very well. This is why also Italian people are so loved and so appreciated for their commitment and for their contribution to the economic and social development of this country. In this moment, as you were mentioning, one of the most interesting presence of Italian people here is made of people who are here to make researches, to work in science, to work in technology. JPL, Caltech, Basics are just some of the places where you can find talented Italian scientists, researchers. So sometimes they are very young. They are here to make their post-degree experience, because this is a country which offers great opportunities to improve your skills, your knowledge about things. At the same time, these young researchers, I've been really impressed by their enthusiasm and also their will to go back to Italy. Most of them, this could be strange. So you could think that once you are here in the United States, since there are so many opportunities, job opportunities in research, you are not interested to go back to Italy. This is not entirely true, because I met young girls and guys who are really eager to go back to Italy, to profit of their education here, and to in one way to give back to their country, because Italy gave them education. Italy provided them with the basic skills, and so thanks to this experience here in the United States, they are now ready to go back to Italy and to contribute to the development of our country. So science, technology is one of the most interesting field that I'm working in, because I think there are a lot of opportunities for enhancing the cooperation, the bilateral cooperation, not only between companies, but also between universities and between researchers in this moment.
I know that you've been very supportive, of course, in your short time here in film, right? Representing Italian film here. Also with our wonderful cultural institute that we have in Los Angeles. I can't speak for the other states, but I know they have equally as much going on there that you represent. And wow, that's really quite a job. But culturally here, that's a big job, right? The film, the television industry, other cultural aspects. And let's, of course, talk about fashion, food, travel. That's a big job. How do you manage to figure out what to do first every day? That's just an awful lot, and in quite a big area too.
You are right, Deborah. It's quite a huge job, but I'm lucky to have a very good team who works with me. I have this of the Sistema Italia, which is composed by the Italian Cultural Institute, the Italian Trade Agency, the office of the tourism board, so the office which promotes tourism in Italy. We have the Italian American Chamber of Commerce. So we are really a team, a big group of institutions, of people working together to provide our help and our ideas, our contribution in these different fields that you were just mentioning. Italian culture is everything. Italian music is everything, and so fashion. So everyone loves Italy. Everyone wants to go to Italy, to visit it, to eat good Italian food. Sometimes I say that being the Consul of Italy here in the United States, but in general terms around the world, it's the most beautiful job you can have, because everyone loves you, everyone welcomes you in the big smiles. When I introduce myself as the Consul General of Italy, everywhere I go, I really can feel this love for our country, the appreciation for our country. So this is beautiful. This is nice. This is also a big responsibility, because we have the responsibility to promote our culture, our food, our fashion. So these are the traditional fields in where Italy gave its contribution all over the years. But there are so many other sectors, as the one we were mentioning just before, where Italy is a leader. I don't know if most of you probably don't know that Italy is also a leader in the production of semiconductors, a leader in Europe.
That's right.
Also in the aerospace sector. But yes, when you speak about Italian culture, everybody is open to learn more about Italy. So we try to do our best. Movies and the entertainment sector, of course, is the pillar of this state of Hollywood. We work a lot in this sector together with other talented Italian people. Just to mention one, Valentina Martelli, who is a friend of you, Deborah. She promotes every year this very important event, ITTV Festival, for the promotion of the Italian television. But we work daily to create to enhance the cooperation, which is already huge, between Italy and California and Hollywood. Cinecittà had this very important agreement with the Academy Museum. I had the honor to be at this screening, at this series dedicated to Ennio Morricone, which was a great success. So
marvelous.
Yeah, and we are now working as every year at the award season for the Oscar season. We are all crossing our fingers for the Italian movie Io Capitano, who is the Italy's submission to the foreign movie. It's a very intense movie. I suggest everyone to watch it. Also because it's a very good quality. It has a very good quality, but also the theme of the movie is a very special one. Migration issue is an international issue, and it is presented in the movie in a very intense, delicate, but powerful way. So I really hope that Matteo Garrone and will have the chance to be successful. So we are working on that, but we work every day on entertainment. But as I always say, Los Angeles is not only Hollywood. I was used to be called the Consul General of Hollywood in Italy once I got my appointment, and since then I used to say, listen, I will not be only the Consul General of Hollywood, because Los Angeles and Southern California and the other states offer so many opportunities. So I will work hardly in these sectors, and I'm doing that, and I'm really happy to what happens every day in this very special place.
I also want to give a shout out to our Cultural Institute, because they really highlight so many of the areas that you talked about, right? Fashion, They have talks on films. They talks about science and aerospace. They're so all encompassing. They do a marvelous job, and I know that's under your umbrella as well, isn't it?
Yeah, the Italian
Yeah.
Cultural Institute in Los Angeles is led by this great guy. Allow me to call him a great guy because it's true, Emanuele Amendola, who is really giving his contribution, personal contribution to offer a program of activities which is quite wide. It goes from the presentation of some Italian screenings, exhibitions on fashion, exhibition on UNESCO sites, for instance, UNESCO Italian sites. We worked with the Italian Cultural Institute for the Week of the Italian Cuisine in the World. We hosted at the Italian Cultural Institute in West in the Italian Cultural Institute this very successful cooking show by the very famous chef Max Mariola, and a lot of young people attending the event. It was funny, it was nice also because Chef Mariola presented the richness of a very simple but very important ingredient of Italian cuisine, which
Right.
is extra olive oil. So the program is quite huge. We are trying to also present activities which could be of interest of a larger public, a younger public, and we are also trying to go around, so to do things not only in West LA, which is where we are located, and which is our traditional place, where we organize things. Because I think one of the problem of this city is distances. So when you organize an event, you always have to think about distances, about how long it will take for people to move from one part of the city to the other part of the city. But it is true also that we need to open our activities to let people know about our activities also in other places. So this is the reason why, for instance, we organized during the Week of the Italian Cuisine in the World, a very interesting panel at Pepperdine University in Malibu, which is quite far from our consulate, from our traditional point of references, but it was important for us to give the opportunities also to people living there, people attending the university there, to know more about what Italy is, what we do every day, and I have to say it was a success, and we were very, very satisfied.
What has surprised you about living here that you didn't expect? I'm sure there's quite a bit, right? Because there's the image of Hollywood, and then there's coming here and living here and the large area that you serve. Very often if we go on your social media pages, right? The Consul General social media page, you're everywhere. You're in one day, you're in San Francisco, you're in Southern California, you're in a different state. You have made in your short time here a real commitment to going everywhere that you serve. So I applaud you for that, because to your point, it's not so easy. It's very spread out, not just this city, but everywhere that you serve. But what has surprised you the most about being here in Los Angeles, in the Southern California area?
Well, I've been surprised, of course, of the how big this city is, and how big our distance is. So when I had the chance to travel to Arizona, to Las Vegas, to San Francisco, yes, every time you need to plan hours for moving from one part to the other. And this is something that I expected, but not in such a way, because it's really hard also to manage this, but this is my job. I need to do that. I want to do that because I think that especially here you need to be in the field, because you need first of all to understand what happens in the field. You need to meet people, you need to speak with people, otherwise you are not able to do your job in the best way. This is the job of a diplomat. So diplomat has the duty to talk with people, to understand people, to understand the country where you are posted in. Otherwise, you do not do a good job. You can love the place where you are posted or not. This is not the case for me. I love this place, so I'm very happy to be here. But sometimes it happens that you do not feel this. You do not feel comfortable in a place where you are posted in, and so you have to work there. You have to do your job as a diplomat to represent your country and understand the country, understand people, understand the culture of the country you are serving in. Otherwise, you will never get into their minds. You will not be able to interact with people, with the local authorities, which is another very important part of my job. We have to with the local authorities. I had the chance to meet with Mayor Karambas last July. And it was a very interesting and very useful meeting. I think it's my personal view, but also as a Italian Consul General of Italy, she's doing a good job, a very great job, especially. She's very engaged in the most urgent issue, which is the homeless issue. So I'm building this relationship with the mayor's office. I do not deal with the governor's office because we have another consulate general in San Francisco, which covers the rest of California, the other part of California. So my colleague there deals with the governor's office. But I deal with other local authorities from just to give an example, the authorities of the Long Beach port, the authorities of the economic office of the LA County. I'm member of the executive committee of the LA Consular Corp. Beside my job on consular services, beside my job on promoting culture, science, and fashion, I also deal with these political relations, which are very important to do my job.
I asked you this off camera. Did you always dream when you were a little girl of being a consul general, of being involved politically? Tell me a little bit about what you were like as a kid, and is this something that your family was involved with as well? What did they do in Italy, if you would share with us? People always want to know, right? Because you're so well equipped for this job. I really have to say, from the first time I met you, I thought, oh, I just know that she will be well received here. And I thought, gosh, I wonder what kind of background. And you told me, and now I'd like you to share it with our audience.
Yes, I was born and grew up in Rome, so my story was not a special one in the sense that I did my studies at the La Sapienza University, which is a very good university. So I got this very high level education, but I have to confess, it was not my dream to become a diplomat. So it was an option. So when I finished my studies at the university, when I got my degree, there were different options. So one idea was to become a journalist. Why not? So the other idea was to try the international career in the international organizations such as the United Nations or European Union institutions. To become a diplomat was one option among others. My family always supported me, but was not just. It was the most important thing. They told me, okay, we will give you the opportunity to study. We will give you the opportunity to be whatever you want to be. So they told me, we will always support you. You will decide for your future, and we will be always with you.
Oh, wow.
So it happened that I started up my degree to try some exams, to try to enter some public offices. I tried to enter the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, not as a diplomat, but as a normal employee. I passed the exam, and I started to work at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. At the same time, I did my postgraduate study, so this master in European studies. And then I decided where I was a little bit pushed by a colleague of mine who became a friend of mine. So the current ambassador to Sri Lanka, who was at that time my boss. Every single day, every single afternoon, he entered my office. I was a secretary at that time, asking me, telling me, you should try the diplomatic career, you should try the exam to enter the career, because I think you will be a good diplomat. And
wow.
so at that time, I was really focused on my studies, on my PhD. So I was used to say, no, I will never pass it, because it's a very difficult exam. But at the end, I decided to try, also to not to give him the idea that I wanted to listen to him.
I love that.
Yeah, it was so really, believe me, I said, oh my God, I will never pass it. It's too difficult for me. I have to study a lot. But anyway, so he will stop asking me to try this. But it happened that as it happens sometimes, that I passed the exam. The exam was tough. I was lucky also, because when you have to, in this kind of public exams, you can no, it depends on you, of course, because you have to study a lot. But also I was lucky because I was asked to write essays, to write my exam on some subjects that I knew very well, because they were focused on these European studies I was doing at that time. And so this is my story. So by chance, I became a diplomat, but I'm very happy, and I couldn't be more honored and more happy. This is one of the most beautiful job you can have in your life, and I really recommend also to girls to try this career.
Yeah, I mean, you're very inspiring, because it wasn't long ago that there were not women in this career. And now it's a little more commonplace, right? It's very interesting. I'm sure that you inspire young people and women to get out there. Basically now it's about who is best for the job, as opposed to, are you a woman and a man? It's becoming more common now to have women in these jobs. Is that correct?
Yeah. You're right. So it does not depend if you are a woman or a man, but what is important is to give the same opportunities to women to get some high positions. And giving opportunities means also to have the right laws who allow women to manage private life and career life because we cannot hide. One of the main issue is how to manage your personal life, your family life with the career. So the more you have laws and rules who allow women to manage this, you have the opportunity to you have the same opportunities of a man. So when I entered the career, for example, there was not the possibility for women to ask for to go out, so to take a leave when they were pregnant, and to freeze their position. So it was a problem for the ambassador, for the consul, because when you have your colleague sometimes with a very important position in the embassy, and this colleague is pregnant, so she has to leave, but you have to manage as the boss of the office, not this period of leave. If you have the possibility for having someone taking the place for just few months, during this leave, you can manage your job, and that was not the case 15 years ago, because once you were leaving for pregnancy, there was no possibility for the boss to ask for a substitution of this position. This is a very easy thing, but it was a revolution. So sometimes you need small things to make big revolutions. But now things have changed. We have there are still things to do. We have the big the great honor, and we are lucky to have also the ambassador of Italy to the United States, who is the first woman in this position.
Right.
Ambassador Zappia, Mariangela Zappia. She has inspired really hundreds of young girls in considering this career, and she was my mentor also, and so we are great friends, and she was her story was really inspiring for me. She was, and she's still, an example how you can be successfully managing your private life and this career. And it's not a secret that women have a different way to deal with diplomacy. I will not say it's better than men. It's a different way. So we need to not to give the possibility to women to give their contribution to diplomacy and to our job.
I also want to mention that before coming to Los Angeles, you have served in North Africa, right? What are some of the countries that you worked in? And I also want to mention your family, that you do not come from a background of diplomats, right? So I want to touch on those two very briefly. Where you worked earlier, and your mom and dad, they were not in this field. So you're sort of the first in your family. I can't imagine they must be incredibly proud of you, Raffaella.
So before coming here to the United States, I was serving in Rome. In the last 7 years, I was posted in the office of the diplomatic advisor to the Italian prime ministers. I had the chance and the honor to serve and to work with several Italian prime ministers, from Matteo Renzi until our last prime minister, Giorgia Meloni, who, by the way, is the first woman to lead the country as prime minister. This is something that we have to celebrate, which is
absolutely,
which is a big result. It's very, very important also for my country. And before that, I was posted in Cairo for 3 years, and before Cairo in Albania, which is this very small country just in front of Italy. Someone calls it like the 21st Italian region, because there are so many Italian people living there. Everyone
very
can
true.
speak Italian. It's a very interesting story of a relationship between the two countries. At that time, I was the head of the Economic and Commercial Office, and in Cairo, I was dealing with domestic politics and human rights issues.
I've spent time in Cairo. That must have been a very interesting time serving there. I can't imagine. But look at all the varied experience that you bring here to Los Angeles. Step by step, you've been building for this very big job for Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. It's really quite outstanding. That's why you're here. Each job, little by little, prepared you for this moment. What about mom and dad?
So I always could count on my family. I have also a sister. She's older than me, and they, as I said, they always supported me. My father used to have a shoe shop, so I grew up in this small shoe shop, and helping him. My mother also was working with him, and so my sister and myself, we were inside this shoe shop every day. I used to study also in the shoe shop, surrounded by clients looking for beautiful shoes. Women, especially women, spending a lot of time in choosing their shoes. But I think that this experience helped me in dealing with people, in also understand sometimes from a psychological point of view, because when you have this direct contact with the public, you understand how to deal with people, how to be empathic with people. You need to if you wanna sell your shoes, if you want to be kind with the clients, you have to find a way to enter, not to communicate with them, and to be very patient. I understand how to be very patient when you have someone asking you for a woman. We are both women, Deborah, so we know how sometimes we are so strange in what we do. And so I used to I still remember there were women asking me for smaller sizes of shoes, just because they couldn't accept that they have this big size, so they were asking me for shorter sizes. And so when you have someone asking for a shorter size, and you know that it will not fit, what do you do? So you try to convince her that it will not be good for her to choose this shorter size, because she will not be comfortable with the shoe. But if she insists, what do you do? So you say, okay, if you wanna this, I will give you this. So just because we are here to, and it helped me a little bit in my job also, not to try to find the right words and to convince people, but at the very end, if they want to do what they want to do.
I have to tell you, you just gave me a thought, because I had a very big event I had to go to this weekend, and I wanted another pair of shoes. So last minute, never a good idea. Last minute, I went out to go shopping for shoes. And as I sat there and I tried on so many different pairs, I thought, oh my gosh, this person deserves a medal, because I wanted this size and then that size. So I've decided, after talking to you, perhaps it's a terrific job for everyone to hold before they do what I do what you do, because you need terrific patience. You're absolutely right. I love that you did that as a young girl. You were also a swimmer, right? You enjoyed swimming as a kid.
Yeah, I like swimming. I used to swim together with my sister, Valentina. By the way, she's her name is Valentina Valentini. So I sometimes people call me Valentina because of my surname. So my parents were very smart. Were very smart. So they thought that it was easier for her to be called Valentina. So Valentina Valentini, no issue. But when I arrived, they had to find another name. So sometimes when people call me Valentina, I answer, because my sister name is Valentina. So yes, I like swimming. I like rowing. I do rowing here in Santa Monica. I like Pilates. This is the country where Pilates was born, so I'm happy to explore all the different techniques here. I like sport. I like dedicate some time to sport and to my body, and to it makes me feel better. Of course, I need to.
Of course, yeah, and it's good for here. You need it. I
Yeah,
mean, such a job that you have to do that. So since being here, I have just two more questions, a couple of more. What do you like to do here, or Arizona, any place that when you have a moment, a day off? I don't even know if you get a day off. You're every place, but what have you enjoyed the most about being here?
You're right. Unfortunately, so far I didn't have so much time for me, because I had
Right,
to
I'm sure.
settle down my house, to understand the job. We moved to the consulate, and this is the right
Right.
option for me to remember to the public that we just moved from the 1st of September. We moved from the place where the consulate was settled before, which was in Century City. We moved to Santa Monica. We are now in Wilshire, 12424. So I had to manage this move. Now my plan for the new year is to have more time for me. Also, I would like to travel more. I will do it for institutional reasons. I will be in Las Vegas at the beginning of next year for the CES event, which is a big event, this big fair. I will go back to Arizona for sure. I will pay a visit also to Santa Fe. But I will. My idea is to explore the places, to know more about the beautiful places, the beautiful the country, the beautiful so the different the culture, the different cultures. So I would like to travel more. I would like to explore the secret places in Los Angeles. I still have to understand exactly which are these secret places, but I will find it.
I'll
You can
show
maybe
you.
give me
Oh,
some
that would be
suggestions.
so fun. I'll show you. That would be so much fun, right? But that would be so lovely. But go ahead, please.
Yeah, no. So I do not do so many plans, because I know that something can happen. For sure, there will be this very big event that will give us a lot of work. This big event, which is a beautiful one, I'm so excited, is the arrival of the Amerigo Vespucci ship to the Los Angeles port, to Los Angeles Harbor on July the 1st. That will be really, Deborah, a big event, because the Amerigo Vespucci, I hope that the people listening to us is aware of the beauty, of the greatness of this old ship, which represents the best of made in Italy. It's a ship, it's a training ship where there are people from Navy. They are doing this world tour, and they will stop in Los Angeles the 1st of July. And during this stop, we will have also the Frecce Tricolori, which are these the Air Force, the Italy Air Force. They will make they will honor the arrival of the Amerigo Vespucci, and so we will have events in the ship, on the ship. So we will organize things. People will have the chance to visit the Amerigo Vespucci. So it will be really the celebration of made in Italy, of the beauties of Italy, of the talent, of the innovation. So it will be a big celebration of Italy, thanks to this symbol of Italy, which is arriving to Los Angeles very soon. So
magnificent.
all the people, everyone to stay tuned and to follow us on our social media, and we will give you the update on this big event. Just to mention one.
Do you think, or is it too early, to think of some kind of legacy that you want to make sure that you leave your mark, your personal mark. Or maybe we ask you that in a couple of years. We have you back and you'll tell us then. But do you think about that as you travel about? Or right now, are you most focused on there's much work to do? And I can think about that another time. But is there something that you have in your mind?
I have to think about my legacy since now, because you
Yeah.
you
Ah,
yeah you I'm now building also for my successors, which is our duty. This is something very important from my point of view. So we represent Raffaella Valentini, my predecessors, who were great predecessors, and I want to take the opportunity to thank all my predecessors, and particularly Silvia Chiave, who was before me. She did a great job. We have the responsibility to build upon the work of our predecessors, and we have the responsibility to leave after our departure something which is very strong. So we are human beings. We give our special and unique contribution because of our way of no, approaching this job. I have my own attitude, but the most important thing is that we represent the country, we represent
that's right.
Italy. So my legacy should be a legacy in terms of what I will be able to build in terms of appreciation of the work that the Consulate General offers every day, in terms of enhancement of the relationship between Italy and this part of the United States. It means build every day something that can remain, can be of even after my departure. So
Right.
my successor will be able to build on this, and we will, and so now it will be easier for her or for him to go forward. So my idea is to expand, as I mentioned at the beginning, expand the activities of the Consul General to be more visible, to give the idea that the Consul General is a reliable actor, is a dynamic actor, and to create more connections with the local authorities, with local personalities, and so to help people to give satisfaction to our clients, and also to promote the name of Italy in the best way.
Absolutely magnificent. Any parting words you'd like to tell our audience about any other upcoming events? We've got the one January 1st, that ship. Anything else you'd like to tell our audience that they can look forward to? Maybe meet you, anything about the new offices, about them coming there, just any parting words that you would like to share.
So I would like to invite the audience to follow us on our social media. It's so important now in this current moment, not to communicate in the right way. We are doing our best, so we try to reach people also through our social media, to our website, where you can find all the information related to not only to the events that we have organized in the past, that we are gonna organize in the future, but you can also get all the information related to the consular services. And this is something that I really would like to pass as an important message. I know that there were problems in the past with the website. We worked on that. We worked with the headquarters in Rome, so now the website is working better. So you can find any information on the website. So please refer to our website to get information. You can find there also the contact numbers, the emails of our offices. Do not hesitate to write an email. I know that sometimes the lines of the consulate can be busy, but if you leave a message also in the phone. We will listen to it and we will give you a feedback. So this is a service, no, communication. So just to, I would like to profit of your kindness for pass this very important message. As per the events of next month, I mentioned the Amerigo Vespucci, July the 1st will be probably the biggest event. Stay tuned on that. Spring will be a very busy period. We will work with some Italian companies who are celebrating some anniversaries. I don't want to spoil too much, but there will be big events in the automotive sector, in the shipping sector.
Wow.
We will organize some exhibitions at the Italian Cultural Institute. We will cross fingers for the Io Capitano and for other submissions for Italian people involved in the awards. So it will be an interesting period. The following months will be busy, and we are eager to do our best for giving you the possibility to know us more and to be at the service of people who will deal with us.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing about you, giving us a little glimpse into you, what you like to do, what you were like as a younger person, how you got into this wonderful field, also about women, about your goals. I've really enjoyed talking to you very, very much. And now there's much to celebrate, right? We've got the holidays coming up. And gosh, as Italians and Italian Americans, we love our holidays. So I'm very excited about that. And please, people, don't hesitate to get in touch over there at the consulate. You're very receptive there. You have a tremendous team. They are a wonderful team. I can say this with great authority because I've gotten to meet many of them. And you have a very responsive team over there for the Italian Americans and Italians. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you for taking this time to talk to our audience. And please reach out. And as Raffaella said, please go to their social media, and all events will be posted on there. And also don't hesitate to attend, some of the events, right? There's events in film, science, the Cultural Institute. There's always something happening, at least locally here and in our other states that you represent. So Raffaella Valentini, thank you very, very much for joining us. I've enjoyed it very much. You've already been doing a magnificent job. So well done in your short time here. And we'll be talking to you again as time passes on. You can find our interview with Raffaella Valentini on all of our Little Italy podcast platforms. That would be YouTube, that would be Facebook, Instagram, and then, of course, as an audio podcast, it will be on iHeartRadio. It is also on Apple Podcasts, just about anywhere that you can get video and audio podcasts. Please look up our name, Little Italy Podcast, and Deborah Kobylt Live. You will find our interview. I am your host, Deborah Zara Kobylt, Zara because that's my Italian name. So thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Grazie, Deborah, and thank you for hosting me, and happy holidays, everyone, and see you very soon.
Happy holidays.